Hi there, Sofia here from CoachSofiaFitness.com, and today I have a new video to help you release the trapezius and share a few techniques with you, stretching techniques as well as foam rolling techniques to help you release that area. And I'm also going to be sharing some exercises as well to help you restore your posture to avoid developing this issue in the first place. And if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe. So trapezius pain is very common, very frequent. I also get it once in a while, and it can happen out of nowhere. You know, you can literally just wake up in the morning and just feel so much pain that you can't move your neck. You can't lift your arm up, but there's always a cause. I want you to always remember this is always a cause behind the pain. So whenever you get muscular pain, you always want to figure out why did that happen, and just try to think back to the past few days. What have you been doing that could have contributed to that? So there are many causes. Sometimes it's just overtraining and doing a lot of exercises that involve flexion. Anything where you're working the internal rotation so much that you're not putting some effort into strengthening the rotator cuff and external rotators. Sometimes a lot of that, coupled with, you know, our sedentary lifestyle and just sitting all day hunched over and texting and typing and driving, can contribute to spasms in this area, the trapezius, as well as the scapular area and, you know, the back shoulder area. So there are things that we do on a day-to-day basis. When combined, they would lead to that pain, and then we would wake up in the morning and not able to move that area, and with so much pain that it can radiate down the arm. Sometimes, you know, it would radiate down the mid-back. Usually it's located here, but you would feel it down. You would feel it, of course, in around your neck area, and it can even travel down your arm, as I mentioned before. It's very painful, and it really affects your movement. There are three parts of the trapezius muscle, so I'm going to go ahead and just explain very briefly what this muscle does, the location, so that you have a better idea on how to target it when you want to release it later on.
The upper trapezius primary functions are cervical extension, lateral flexion and rotation, and also scapular elevation. What that would look like is just elevating your shoulder up towards your ear. The middle trapezius primary function is scapular retraction, and the lower trapezius primary function is scapular depression, and that's when you engage in a downward movement of your back. So you would pull your shoulders back and down.
So we want to make sure that the issue is from an overactive tight upper trapezius, and a couple of tests just to see if the muscle is indeed, you know, overactive and extremely tight. Just notice first your posture, like go in front of a mirror and just notice if you have a tendency, or if your default posture is rounded shoulders, especially if your head is also going forward. Check if this is your default posture. A lot of people, they walk around all day like this, you know, and this may look just normal because everybody's doing it. And one way that is really easy for you to see, you can go out against the wall, have your back against the wall, and just check the distance between the wall and the back of the shoulders. And then adjust your shoulders back so that the back of the shoulders is touching the wall. This is proper posture, and this is rounded shoulder posture. We're not meant to be walking like robots, you know, but when you are sitting on your desk and driving, make sure to pull your shoulders back to try to maintain that proper posture as much as possible. When you exercise it, also make sure that your back is straight, that you're not doing exercises with your shoulders like this. So over tightness in this area will pull the shoulders forward, and then the back shoulders will actually start tightening it up because there is an imbalance, to start to try to restore your posture. The next exercise I want you to do to test if the upper trapezius is overactive, I want you to perform the pulling exercise. So have your arms in front of you, straight, and then from here, just imagine that you're pulling a band in. Notice if your shoulder is elevating as you are pulling. So when you're pulling, notice if this happens. You can even do it with a band. But notice if there is shoulder elevation. Another test that I want to add, and you don't have to do this, but I just want to make sure that you have options, is the press-in exercise. And just grab very light dumbbells. And if you have dumbbells, just grab anything. It doesn't really matter. And so When you are pressing, please don't look to the side while you're pressing. Whenever you're putting load on your spine, you don't want to be moving around. You want to be very stable. So I don't want you to be pressing and then looking to the side to see what's happening. Record with your phone or have someone record your posture, the side view. So when you are pressing, notice if your arms are actually moving forward, that you're not able to press up. So when you are pressing, you're doing this. Because this is, again, a shoulder elevation, and then your arms are going forward, and it's just hard to go up like this. So again, notice if this is happening. Okay, so now I want to move on to the next part, and I will also link a few other tutorials that I did on the back muscles and shoulder strengthening exercises, because I truly believe that anyone can benefit from shoulder strengthening exercises, especially exercises that involve the rotator cuff and movements with external rotations, because when we're restoring the posture, we're keeping everything aligned and we're maintaining muscular balance, we can really avoid pain, not just here, but in the lower back area and the hips as well, because this is something that I keep repeating, but I think it's worth repeating. The body is very connected, so I don't want you to be thinking in isolation, oh no, I have hip pain, I don't need to work on my neck or my shoulders. But in reality, everything is connected. So if you are putting time working in the shoulder area and the neck area, you can be sure that it's also going to have a positive effect on your hips and down the kinetic chain and vice versa. So keep that in mind.
One of the best tools to target the upper trapezius and levator scapula is the theracane, and any other tool that's designed for neck release. I will link a few below this video. These tools will help you take control of how much pressure you apply, and also as you get more comfortable with the handheld tool, you can apply more pressure to release the soft tissue. I will leave a tutorial below on how to use the theracane, which is an amazing tool to target the upper trapezius and all of the upper back muscles. I have used this tool before, but unfortunately I literally just made an order for a new one, so I will make a new video of this tutorial once I receive it, but in the meantime I did find some really great tutorials that I will put below for you. Another way to release the trapezius is simply by also using the massage ball against the wall. The massage ball can be just as effective as well, because you can control the pressure and you could easily move it against the wall. Just make sure to press on the muscle whenever you feel a tender spot, as long as there is no tingling, there is no radiating pain, but the massage ball should be on the muscle, and if you feel a tender spot that feels like a trigger point, just stay on it and just breathe to release the trigger points. Also, don't forget to release the pectoral muscles, because very tight chest muscles can also contribute to tight trapezius. So usually what I do is that I work on the pectoral muscles and the front shoulder muscles first, and then I put the massage ball on the back and I work a little bit on the trapezius muscles, and then after that I honestly feel about 50% better, and then I repeat the process again in an hour, and then I do it about 3 times a day, and then I repeat it the next day. Of course I want to make sure whatever I did to trigger the pain in the first place, that I don't repeat it, and then I follow that with gentle stretching that I will be showing you in a little bit, and then I start including some strengthening exercises as well.
I don't recommend that you just go ahead and start stretching the trapezius. Make sure that you release it first. It's very important. In fact, I actually don't even recommend you stretch it on the first day. Just wait on it, because when a muscle is spasming and you're trying to stretch it and just pull the muscle fiber, it would resist that and it would just end up in more pain. And I'm not sure if you tried that already, but for me personally, it doesn't work. I have to first do some foam rolling and deep tissue massage, and most of the time, about 99% of the time, that fixes it. I don't need to go ahead and do stretches. However, I do recommend a couple of stretches to do after the foam rolling. The first one is the pectoral stretch. It really helps to open up the chest area and help restore your posture. So I do recommend that stretch, especially if you spend a lot of time on your desk typing and on your phone, and honestly we all do. So I think that anyone I think that everybody can benefit from this stretch once or twice a day. The second one is the upper trapezius stretch. Get your right hand behind your back just to help lengthen the muscle. And then from here, just bend your head to the side. You're gonna already feel a nice stretch here just by getting your arm back. And then to deepen the stretch, you can just pull your head slowly to the side. Not too much, you don't want to be doing it for too long. And then just hold for about 20 seconds.
Next, we're gonna stretch the levator scapula.
I want you to do this stretch if you don't have pain, because sometimes it can aggravate the pain if, again, you're in the middle of it, it's acute pain, you just start experiencing it. So make sure to do it, but keep in mind to not push through the pain. So again, we're gonna have the arms behind your back, and then what you want to do is, again, you want to bend your head to the side, but you want to look down this time. So you're gonna feel the stretch, but a little bit to the back. And then use your hand and pull your head down. So instead of pulling to the side, you want to pull your head down to the corner. I'll show you from here. Okay, so now I want to show you a few strengthening exercises for the shoulders. I already shared this on YouTube here, but I'm going to put them again in this video because they're very important. They're amazing exercises that will help you strengthen the rotator cuff, and I would highly recommend that you do them twice or 3 times a week. If you have pain right now, I would focus on the foam rolling and the deep tissue massage parts with some stretching. Just be careful not to push through the pain. And then once the pain starts to subside, then you can start introducing those strengthening exercises. Again, I'm gonna have everything laid out and all the reps and sets and all the details in the blog post below this video. Don't forget to like and also comment if you have any questions or just want to share your feedback. And if you are new here, again, don't forget to subscribe, and thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.